Okay. Saw this game a few years ago. I actually watched YouTube more than actually anything, so Doki Doki time. I'm really hoping people know what they get into when they watch this. I kind of forgot I'm actually gonna have to read this out there. Hey! See an annoying girl run towards me from a distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. What was her name again? Sayori? The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. That was a question. Fuck. We used to walk to school together on days like this. Starting around high school, she would always sleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But she was going to chase after me like this, and I almost feel better off running away. I just sign out. Nope, I did not mean to do that. Oops. However, I just sign idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. I overslept again. But I got you this time. Maybe, only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you're thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Mimetic. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we're a couple or something. Fine, fine. You did wait for me after all. Guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with our students making their daily commute. By the way, Mimetic, you decide on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not really interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you joined a club this year. Did I? Sure, it's possible I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sayori likes to worry a little too much about me, and I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize and have any skills before college. Hey, that sounds like me. Your happiness is really important to me, you know. And I know you're happy now, but I die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright. I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess. Promise you that. Yay! How did I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? Oh man, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her words so much about me makes me want to ease her mind a little. Ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. What's that supposed to mean? She has voices in her head? School day is as ordinary as ever. It's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I'll stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while spacing out. Look around and realize I'm the only one left in the classroom. Like, I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Oh, that was me. You don't need to wait up for me if it's gonna make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, you know. Know what? Well, you could come to my club. Sayori. Yeah? There's no way I'm going to your club. Meanie. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest as the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or she's so cunning as to have planned all this out. I let out a long sigh. Fine. Stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes! Let's go! And thus, today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs a section of a school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, new member's here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always says nice things about you. I need to figure out what her voice is, so I apologize. Seriously? Brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, a medic. What a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. A girl with a sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. A small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets angry. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and turns back towards the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. This is Yuri, who's smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, medic. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. I don't know if I spilled anything. Monica is probably the most popular girl in class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. Just having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come, sit down, my medic. We made room for you at the table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, got a little too excited. And how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. I saw you mention it's being widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to a corner of the room when Natsuki grabs her up tray and Yuri opens a closet. So feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Sayori. Natsuki proudly marches back to a table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Whoa. Natsuki lifts a foil off a tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate we used to make ears. So cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, and Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. I turn the cupcake around my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glances in my direction. She's waiting for me to take a bite, finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why are you thanking me? It's not like I... Haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically did. Sayori said... Well, maybe. But not for you, you dummy. Alright. give up on Natsuki's weird logic and dismiss the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in its classroom? Don't worry, your teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So, what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica. I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. We'll make sure you feel at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Were you a leader of a debate club last year? Well, you know. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics on the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something that I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, and I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. And I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right everyone? Yeah! We'll do our best. You know it! Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. But I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So, Mimetic, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, seeing how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I mutter quietly to myself, I was joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke about thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The levels of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds comfort in the world of books, not people. But, you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped at something I can relate to at a minimal level. If it's right, you might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really? I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. Someone as gentle as you? I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Well, why's that? Well, Natsuki's eyes darted over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you're working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give that back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems, everything you do is just as cute as you are. So settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No! Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like any of them. Or like them. Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that little of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities, and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess that's the same for Yuri. Aw, I wanted to read everyone's poems. They all sit in silence for a moment. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of a club. Isn't that right, Mimetic? Monica smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. Huh? What's that? Now we're back to the original topic of me joining the club. I bluntly come forward with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sarah may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I saw other clubs to look at. I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare at me with dejected eyes. But... I'm sorry, I thought... A medic... You all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is if writing poems is a price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes light up. Yes! I'm so happy! Sawyer wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! Really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. And that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment? Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monica looks over at me once more. I press spaces. I can. Mimetic, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Yeah. Am I really impressed with class star Monica with her mediocre writing skills? I feel the anxiety welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri and Natsuki clean up the food. Hey, Mimetic, since we're already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sawyer and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Oh god, that did not sound right. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I'll just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess let's start writing a poem tonight. Poems. It's time to write a poem. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes your poem the most. Okay. One out of 20 words, is it? Now I gotta pick between Yuri, Natsuki, and Sayori. Yuri likes more horror, quiet shit. So let's try Uncapable. Oh, Yuri like that. Fluffy. Socks. Let's try Natsuki. Cute. Sugar. Kitty. Baba? Anime. Sparkle. Oh, really? Huh. World. Family. Playground. Heartbeat. Bouncy. Kiss. Sweet. Sing. Candy. And chocolate. Hi again, Mimetic. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Well, I'm back to the Literature Club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Medic. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Sayori told me you didn't even want to join the clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what. You don't take us seriously when you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in a club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is a literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. The medic always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without... Busy work? Busy work? He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy, it's distracting. You almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and the medic can be good friends too. Sayori. As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into. Oh, Yuri even bought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori. Huh? Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sorry, I made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri. I wasn't thinking. So that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. Such a nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Okay, is that so? Yeah, I won't make it a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. He reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I don't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, you know, discuss it, Lloyd. This is... How has this girl accidentally been so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Here, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Enthusiastically take the book. Whew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expected Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in a corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki's humdrum around in the closet. Ugh! I hear Natsuki utter an exasperated sigh from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You looking for something in there? Freaking Monica! She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books and boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga's one of those things that you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where every other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. It's a loaned volume of manga. Whoops. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. There it is! Tsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns to a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing a box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I got a closer look at a box set she's admiring. Parfait Girls? It's series I've never heard of in my life. It probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. If you're gonna judge, you can do it through the glass on that door. She points to a classroom door. I wasn't judging or anything. I didn't even say anything. It's a tone of your voice. I'll tell you one thing, Medic. Consider this a lesson straight from the Literature Club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Tsuki pulls out the first volume of Parfait Girls from the box. I'm gonna show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. Ugh. I stare at the cover. It features 4 girls in colorful attire striking anime and feminine poses. It's exceedingly... Don't just stand there. Tsuki grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the windowsills. Pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Would chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. Can't read at the same time like that. Why is that? I guess it's easier to pull it together like this. Don't just say that! You make me feel weird about it. Tsuki crosses her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I open the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I feel her peering over my shoulder, much more eager to begin reading than I am. Whoa, how long has it been since I read the beginning? You don't go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then? No, not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished a series. Hey, are you paying attention? I am, but nothing's really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. Looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typically slice of life affair. Kinda grew out of me since it's rare for a writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there gonna be a plot? Well, obviously. Do you think I'd enjoy something that didn't have a plot? I mean, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the beginning's about simple things, like there's a really funny chapter where we're obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. That just helps you get to know the characters. Besides, still entertaining. Later on, just all kinds of drama. Like when they get into all their backstories and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There's so many touching parts. Is that so? Sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait! What's that supposed to mean? Just 'cause he gives me a little shove. Just meant I haven't seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just a guess, but is there a lot of bacon in this manga? Well... Natsuki paused for a moment as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah. Why does that matter? It doesn't. I was just curious. Since you enjoy bacon too, right? That's just a coincidence. just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Definitely not a coincidence. Guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, all the hobbies you pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it. So who am I to judge? We read on for a few more minutes. I finish a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not! Even though you're just watching me read? Well, I'm fine with that. If you say so. I guess it's fun sharing something that you like with someone else. I always get excited when any of my friends pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? What? You don't? That's not... Well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? When you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. I just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring it up with... Wow, that came out British. I can't even bring it up without them being all like... Eh? You still haven't grown out of that yet? Makes me want to punch him in the face. Ugh, I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge. Much less friends who are also into it. Already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitate towards the other losers over time. It's probably hard with someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. Is it safe here or a clubroom? Except Monica was kind of a jerk about it. Oh, just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems. Maybe. But at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So? Jeez, that's enough. Gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsuki starts laughing. I totally forgot what happens. Natsuki puts a finger on one of the panels. You know her, he's my favorite character. I always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it gets especially bad when... I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Just finish this chapter. Natsuki's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone, but if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with friends, I can understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when connecting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki, for whom it's a rare experience, the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on! Could your timing be any worse? Sorry. Just need to make sure we have enough time. Well, you do look pretty cozy over it. Natsuki suddenly knows how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself a good 12 inches away from me. Alright. Guess I'll stop here for now. Close but handed towards Natsuki. I'm just giving it back? Don't you want to know what happens? Yeah, but... Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Huh? Is that really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It'd take forever to finish it if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. If it gets bent, I'll kill you. Right, tomorrow? I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's enthusiastic face. I'm more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it. Alright then. I stand up. I return where I put myself and carelessly slip the book into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait! Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly complies while reaching in their bags. I do the same myself. Who should I show my poem to first? Let's do Monica. I should start with Monica. Yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. I'm a medic. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, you ever have any suggestions for a club, like new activities or things we can do better? I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, you sure you're with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Don't worry, my medic. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's just that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. I like him, medic. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. She's a good writer, too. Just take it as a compliment. If you say so. Yep. By any chance have you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Huh? Maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. Sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views on the world that would apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki's kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert. You probably won't find much film in the poems. It might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it'd be your kind of poem to explore. Sure, I'll end up trying different things a lot. It'll take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might feel a little biased towards their own kinds of styles, but will always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. Sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good. Well, it's because I have to sound confident. Doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction of the spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend. I'll never know I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina's already scorched with a permanent copy of a meaningless image. See, it's a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realized now I wasn't looking in, I was looking out, and he on the other side was looking in. So, what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you'd call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. It's okay. Yeah, kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between the words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kinda nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kinda coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. You try so hard to make it perfect, but you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down to paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Doing that, Sophie. Okay. Well, let's start with things I don't like. First of all, Suki rereads my poem. Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion. What's the point of sharing it in the first place? For this one, I could have been doing other things. In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind when writing this. I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours. Like Monica said, well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poems if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy. So, in other words, you're saying you liked it? Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat. You just don't understand anything, do you? I already told you that you don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important. Pretty sure you never actually said that. I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. Can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that you like my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right? Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. Yeah. Told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So decide to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, then made it fall flat on purpose. Helped bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. Guess more went into it than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. Every time I use that voice I'm using for her, it makes me think of fucking what is it? Just the tone, like whenever people would add the word kiddo at the end of a sentence, like I can just imagine hearing like anything she says. Hold on. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, I won't take that away from her. Like, any line she says, you can just add kiddo to the end of it, and it's like, I really don't believe that, kiddo. Just makes me think of that. We'll do Yuri now. Yuri stares at the poem. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh, sorry. I forgot to start speaking. It's fine. Don't force yourself. I'm not. I just need to put my thoughts into words. Hold on. Okay. God damn it. It's your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah. Why do you ask? I'm just making sure. I guess I might be after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just lose my voice? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice that it's been several minutes and we really haven't gotten anywhere. It might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine, I really didn't notice. What were you saying? Right, it's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noble thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, we tend to pick up a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once you refine our train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. The stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing, it must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe, calm, breathing. I breathe. Bathe? It looks like bathe. I bathe, calm. Breathe in air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. I don't know if that's breathe or bathe. I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I liked the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about the ghost at all, Mimetic. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. Remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story, or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of a poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn putting it that way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing really. Well, it makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be long before you pick up on these things too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you. This is a good poem, Mimetic. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course. It's not that good. I'm the kind of guy who would be writing poems in his spare time. I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy just that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's just like I said before, Mimetic. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people, it's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here, and again, can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yeah. and I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That'll be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then. Yay! Oh, you're reading my poem too, right? Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. We'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you miss me. Kiss my forehead to help me out of bed, make me rub the sleep from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky's blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not mad. I have breakfast. Sayori. This is just a guess, but you wait until this morning to write this. No, just a little bit. Can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. At least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah, I didn't mean to say that it's a bad poem. It came out nice, so how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah, especially that last line. I made eggs and toast. You were late to school? It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. This was so much fun. Monica's the best. Yeah. Next time, I won't forget. I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Phew. I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room. It was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's just everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is the literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sarah and Monica happily chatting. My eyes landed on Yuri and Natsuki. I gingerly exchanged sheets of paper, sharing respective poems. So read in tandem and watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? I don't know if my mic picked that up, so I apologize. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to her desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant the language, I guess. It's trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. People did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Memetic did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me. Appreciate the offer. I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Memetic liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested trying to impress on your member, Yuri. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Memetic appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. I was full of myself. I would deliberately go on my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? But you know what? I wasn't one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Memetic started showing up. I was not expecting to read that. Natsuki! Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. I don't like fighting guys. Suddenly both girls turn towards me as if they just know I was standing there. Mimetic. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. She could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective. Maybe this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? I mean, you should jump out of the reader, not force him to have to figure it out. Let me explain that to her, Mimetic. You know, personally, I kind of agree with Natsuki there. Wait. Is there a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language? It's the only way to convey complex feelings and meaning most effectively. Kinda true. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that, right, Mimetic? Well? How did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whoever I agree with will probably think more highly of me. I agree with Natsuki. Eri, you're really talented. Well, Natsuki has a point. I think that I rack my brain and attempt to back myself up. I think that conveying feelings with few words can be just as impressive as well. It's like, it lets the reader, wow, it lets the reader's imagination take over, and Natsuki's poem did a really good job of that. Yeah, it did, didn't it? Ha! Shows how much you know. That's not... Natsuki, I think that's enough. Huh? Me? But you were so mean to me. Natsuki's voice whines. Look, what we talked about yesterday was right. Writing is a really personal thing. Sharing it can definitely be hard. Looks like we learned that today. Even small criticism can lead to something pretty heated. I glance over my shoulder. Sayori's nodded vigorously. Yeah, so... You don't need to feel friend. You're a great writer, Natsuki. Natsuki's voice gets caught in surprise. Thanks for noticing. She finally mutters that barely audible. Yuri. Yuri looks at me dejectedly. With a face like that, I can't help but feel bad for her as well. I'm sure that Natsuki didn't mean everything she said, so you don't need to feel friend either. Well, if you say so. Hey! It's not like you need to apologize for me, Mimetic. Sheesh. Natsuki takes a breath. The thing about... Natsuki glances around the room. Would everyone stop staring at me? Surprisingly, Natsuki has a harder time with it when she goes... Boob. Sayori and Monica look away. Anyway, the thing about your boobs, I didn't mean it, okay? That's all. Natsuki looks away, avoiding eye contact with anyone. Yeah, you're naturally beautiful, Yuri. Sayori? I'll go make some tea. I was just trying to help. Sure she appreciated it, Sayori. Pat Sayori on the shoulder. Well, now that we're past that, everyone's read each other's poems, right? I hope that was worthwhile for everyone. Especially you, Mimetic. And to be honest, it's a nice change of pace when we were lacing around. We got a little too used to. So my joining the club was responsible for ruining the atmosphere. No, not at all. Not at all. It's still time before we go home. So we'll all relax for a bit. Of course, besides chatting, we do literature-related things in the club room. So maybe you can take a chance to pick up a book or do some writing. After all, that's what the club is for. I disagree, Monica. About what? It's not the most important thing about the literature club. The most important thing is having fun. Of course. Well, I guess that's why you were vice president, Sayori. In the end, though, Monica's right. Being in the literature club probably means I can't spend all my time doing nothing. But in the end, I guess it's been worth it so far. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well, I'd say it was worth it. It was alright. Well, mostly. Mimetic, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same. It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone. Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. And maybe you learned something from your friends too. so your poems will turn out even better. I think to myself, I did learn a little more about what kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can at least do a better job impressing those I want to impress. I nodded myself with newfound determination. I'm medic. Ready to walk home? Sure, let's go. Sayori beams at me. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori. About what happened earlier. Huh? What do you mean? You know, between you and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. Promise, both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. Just want your opinion, that's all. I can see why we'd make good friends with you. You know, Medic, it's nice I get to spend time with you in the club. I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. I think everyone really likes you too. That's... Every day is gonna be so much fun. Ugh. Looks like Sayori still isn't caught on the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but... Oops. Not meaning to click that. So we really need to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. That's Sayori on the shoulder. Said that more than myself with her. It's easy to use Sayori as an internal monologue sometimes. Okay. Yeah, let's do this. Okay, I think that's where I'll leave it for now. Okay, I hope you all enjoy. Sorry if some of the voice acting was not the best. I'm not really a voice actor. But if I'm recording this game, I'll try and get a bit better at it. Again, thanks for watching. Bye bye for now.